Okay, I'm in.
This is the ladder edition of Caudal Compound, which
And
means there's no supply depot at the ramp, which means if Spook wants to be a abusive, let's just say abusive bastard, he can do a wall off in his base. We'll
yep,
just wall off that ramp with like 2 racks and a supply depot or do something cheesy. But at the same time, I mean, look, I'm not going to expect him to do anything like that. I mean, it would be cool to see
especially with a
something.
lot of pressure on.
Yeah, but there is a lot of pressure here. So let's go straight into the game.
Yep, introducing, spawning down the bottom left, or jump onto your camera. There we go. Spawning down the bottom left from Team Mastermind, the player winning that last game with a very nice hold. We the best. And introducing, spawning up. The top right, we have the red Terran from Time of Rising, Spook. So, will be interesting. Spook is a diamond player on SEA, but he's a very strong Masters player on NA, so
Yeah, he more so just likes goofing around on C, I suppose. But he consistently holds high masters normally. He's a very, very strong Terran player as well. But it'll be interesting to see. Look, there are some days where he just play really bad. Some days where he just plays absolutely fantastic. Let's just hope it's one of those days.
yeah. Oops, I had the overlay up for a second, but... And there we go, we're in the game. All you missed was the spinny introduction GSL stuff. And
That's okay. We can all deal with that. Can you remove the overlay? Yes, it'll be moved. Is all G. All G.
yep. And Barracks went down at 12 for Spook. And it looks like a hatch first for...
Yeah, in ZVT, you don't expect anything less than there's some sort of cheese. But even then, if you know your Zerg opponent hasn't gone hatch first, I mean, you can assume there's cheese coming. Even if it's a speedling expand, they are behind against the Terran. You can just go, well, I'm just going to build a command center and build a wall, and then your speedlings can't do shit.
Yep.
Or you can build a barracks wall, and then banelings can't do shit unless you build lots of them, and then the Zerg's just too far behind. So...
Yep.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting because there is no easy to take third place on this map.
Yeah, but we're the best now with a kill under his belt. It was an interesting game last game, and he managed to stop the... I need to get the scoreboard up. There we go. He managed to stop the roll which Zoom was on and bring the score slightly more level. 3-2 now in favour of Time of Rising.
Okay, sorry, I was just had someone send me a message. It was just all about that overlay thing, which is fixed, which is awesome. Now, We the Best is actually going to go straight into his gas production, and that's going to be fantastic on this map. I mean, look, Spook can't really go for a fast third base at all ever, and the mobility will help him defend against any sort of push, any sort of drop as well, because look, it's going to be really hard to defend any drops on this map early on. But I mean, look, Spook has gotten his expansion going down straight away, no gas yet either.
One rack
So this is going to put
gasless.
We the Best on We the Best in a very good position.
Yeah, well, We the Best is relatively unknown in the SEA scene. But he's a very strong Zerg player. Well, I guess he showed just a little bit of his potential last game, but it would be good to see him show a little bit more in a long macro game. This game, game number 6 in the best of 9 clan war.
Yeah, now we are going to have the double queens coming out. This is going to help him defend pretty much against any sort of Hellion or marine, early marine push that, because Zoom hasn't decided, not Zoom, Spook, because, you know, Zoom did lose the last game because my brain isn't working. Spook hasn't decided to go that aggressive play, so these queens will be able to pretty much hold anything that comes his way. We have the factory coming down, and we should see an add-on coming out shortly, which will most likely be the reactor, which will go down... No, he doesn't want to build a reactor.
There it is.
No, he does want to build a reactor, he's just going to build it late.
As well as the factory, so... Yeah, same time, almost. So he will be able to get the switch He'll be able to get the switch done straight away, and then he'll be able to get those 2 Hellions. Putting pressure on basically the best, but he can just get 2 queens on the ramp, held position, and protect it pretty nicely.
Yeah, and again, we're the best, just bolstering his defense, 1 spine crawler, so he's ready for any sort of Hellion pressure. That does come. I mean, has he seen the... No, he has not seen anything in Spook space just yet. He's only just saw the initial barracks. but he's going to be adding on the barracks as he goes along. So we have 3 racks, the 1 factory, which is very typical in ZBT. Not really rushing for the starport tech just yet, and the gas will allow him to get everything else going. So Stim Pack will be coming down next for him, and the SV count will be skyrocketing up.
Yep.
Or We The Best is going to be going for Muta. Haven't seen good Muta play in a while, so he's going to be getting all 4 gas, 2 base. Or if he could go on Festa, but it's one of those things where it's really hard to defend this third. So I wouldn't be surprised at all to see him go Mutalist, use that as for mobility, and then go for a third after that.
Yeah. So feelings out now for We're The Best, and these 2 Hellions looking for an entrance, but I don't think there's going to be he's going to be able to do too much damage. He's getting a second Spine Crawler as well. We're The Best, and it's forward quite nicely, and the Hellions are forced to return home. Now got 4 though.
Yeah, and now we have the starport coming down for Spook, and the Stim Pack is about, oh sorry, I was going to say 1/3 done. So that's still got a while to go for Spook. So he's not going to really do much aggression until pretty much until that Stim Pack's done and he has drops out. And that's actually going to time out really nicely. By the time that Stim Pack's done, he's going to have 1 dropship out at least. And he's going to be able to do some damage with that. But We The Best does have that Spire down now. So he's only going to have a limited amount of time until those drops have to be really calculated.
Yeah.
And those Mutalisks have to be really out of position.
But once the Mutalisks are up, it's hard for him to retreat with a drop. It's pretty much committing the units and sending him to die. Because Mutalisks will catch him and they will kill the Medivac relatively quickly, so he has to make sure, Spook, that when he does a drop, that it trades off enough, that he kills enough, so that when he loses those units, it's an equal trade.
Yeah, and we have double dropship coming out now.
Nice creep already.
This is going to be really good. 16 Marines as well, so you can do a full drop. This is going to be very dangerous.
But I think Spook needs to use these Hellions to at least try to prevent creep spread, because it's already kind of spreading quite effectively for We The Best. And if you're not going to be able to get into the mineral line and do something, then you've got to use the Hellions for at least something.
At the same time, though, those Hellions, I mean, Lings can't really run out and attack yet, because if they do, those Hellions will come out. But he can't afford to waste a scan. I mean, it's not a waste per se, but he can't afford to use a scan just to clear up just yet.
Yeah. Because they would just drop another.
And I mean, look, once Spook does do a drop, I mean, then I wouldn't be surprised to see something like that happen. And we have 11 Mutalisks on the way, and this is going to be very dangerous. Spook can do a whole lot of damage here, but he has to act quickly, and he has to make sure he snipes those Mutalisks 1 by 1.
Yeah, 4 Banelings on the way as well as armor upgrade for Ling. So Hellion's going to be slightly less effective, and now he's looking for an opening. We The Best. These Banelings, so many Banelings, 10 Banelings in production, as well as the Mutalisks coming out.
Pull back here right now.
Oh, those Banelings don't quite get a good hit away, but the Mutalisks, the Banelings get a lot of hit, yeah. And there goes the entire force. Oh, he needs to not lose those Banelings, and the Mutalisks to kill all of those Hellions. And Spook chasing that Hellion. Chasing that Baneling.
That was more of a war. I've just lost everything.
Yeah, I might as well kill something.
The Best is in a fantastic position now.
He's moving out now with 11. There are a lot of missile turrets around though.
He did keep all those Mutalisks off. That's actually quite impressive.
There are a lot of
up as well.
There are a lot of missile turrets though. He has to be careful. And there's a lot of Lings running in along the ground as well. And I think Spook's in a lot of trouble at the moment. He's not gonna be able to take out this bunker. He should probably get the Mutalisks to support. But he's now got the army of Spook in 2 different positions. He's got 2 things to worry about. The Lings do go down. His nice position of the bunker allows for a repair. And We The Best returns home with the Mutas. Oh, that Baneling got a good hit though.
Now those Mutalisks can actually do a lot of damage. I mean, 8's probably the minimum you want before you start hitting missile turrets. You can kill them quite comfortably. 11's actually a really nice number. So he could go in, he can do a fair bit of damage, and it can be he can be more aggressive than what he is at the moment. But there are a lot of turrets out here, so once he gets to that nice number of 16, then he's going to be able to do tremendous amounts of damage with them.
He's getting air attack for the Mutalisk as well, so that's going to be another important factor, especially if he chooses to engage something like a missile turret. There's I think 2 protecting the mineral line if he goes all the way around. I think that's what he's aiming to do. There are a few Marines around as well, but I think We The Best can do a lot of economic damage if he goes in and takes out the turrets first. Taking out a few Marines now, and a lot of Marines running up for Spook, and We The Best wisely chooses to get out of there.
Okay, so sorry, after answering that message, because, you know, things are happening in the world of Flamga.
Easy.
I'd like to imagine. I'd like to imagine things are happening. I'm not just this person that sits on the other side of the computer, just sort of talks into a microphone and does nothing else but talk. But ToRspook again going to be able to move out. Now, does he have? Did he resist? He's made he did. Yeah, and he has 2 tanks though. He's going to have to wait for a few more at least. But at the same time, look, We the Best only has most of his supply count in the Mutalisk. So
Yeah,
it's going
but
to be
there's a lot of
dangerous.
Mutalisks. There's 16 Mutalisks, and he's got a few. He's got more Banelings than anything else really. So it's going to come down to engagement and positioning of these 2 siege tanks for Spook.
Yeah, and Spook's going to be able to take his third now. So he will be able to increase his mining capacity to 70 to 75, so he can saturate that fully as soon as it lands, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
We the Best, that's got that 4th coming up as well. So, but at the moment, look, We the Best might have a slight advantage, but it's still really tight. Oh, nearly. You've got to be very careful there.
He's got to be careful. He did throw away a couple of Mutalisks, but now he's going to be able to take out the tank nicely. And a lot of Spook's army mopped up.
The Mutants will be able to snipe down that medevac.
Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah, he dropped it off.
Yeah.
And now Spook's in a fair amount of trouble. Mutalisk, yeah, he's going to choose to go in with the best. He's got a 60 supply lead at the moment. He's going for the 3rd actually, which is good because there's a lot of income coming from this 3rd base, and it's just going to be completely mopped up. No baneling hits to satisfy my area of effect damage lost, but he did take out a lot of those workers, and I think We the Best is in a position to win this game at the moment.
And now he's going to be.
Yeah, this is going to be the death blow.
Spook really doesn't have anything to defend.
So many
here.
Mutalisks, and yeah, it's going to be a GG for the Spook sooner or later. There it is, GG, and we have 3-all.
And that is, yeah, 3-all. Now we're going to see who Tor is going to bring
It's
out.
got to be Dano, doesn't it? Or Pox. Dano, Pox,
no.
or who's remaining?